Hey guys, it's Holly. Happy Wednesday. We've officially made it through halfway through the week, which I am super excited about. And this is a topic that I feel like while I haven't mastered it, I have definitely spent a lot of time thinking about it and have really worked to share some tips and tricks with you on how to rock your mornings. And I have to say, it's 8:30, and when you get up really early, it feels pretty late at 8:30. I also have to say that I stayed up last night to watch This Is Us. I don't know if anyone watches that show or stayed up to watch it last night, but you can see the bags under my eyes from the emotional intensity of that show. It totally just threw me completely off today. So just real life here for you. All right, so we're gonna just jump right in, and I am going to tell you a little bit about me, why I think I'm qualified to tell you tips to rock your mornings, how you can rock your mornings, and then how you can keep yourself on track to do that. So for those of you who are new to following me around, hello, I see people joining, that's so fun. So for people that are new to my page or don't know me, I am the mom of 3-year-old twin daughters. I also work full time, and I'm probably one of many who feel like you constantly have a to-do list that is crazy long, and that you sort of always need lots of sleep. Can anyone relate to that? You should just give me a thumbs up or a high five if you think that. I would not say that I'm a morning person. I would say I love sleep. I actually have stories from my mom when I was a kid, that they used to take me to the doctor when I was little and have me tested because I slept so much. Unfortunately, that did not get passed along to my children, but I just really like sleep. So I don't like mornings. I don't like evenings. I've never been an evening person. Hi guys, thank you for joining. I require a lot of sleep. So I think that makes me qualified to share at least what works. And I do feel like after I had twins that my sort of whole world was turned upside down in terms of schedules. And so I really needed to find a new way to do things and a way to do things where it fit in with just a crazy schedule. So after I had twins, I had to find a way to get up early. Not because I like to get up early, because I had to find a way to be healthy, and I had to find a way to find time for myself. And really nothing that I did before having babies was the same. So I really just had to find time to rock my morning, which is why I'm just really passionate about this topic, because I do feel like if you can figure out some time, and maybe it is rock your evenings, you can apply this to evening if you need to, but if you can find some time for yourself and you can really stick to it, you will really reap the benefits. But I'm going to focus on mornings for this. So why mornings? First of all, for the record, I tried evenings. I tried nap times. I tried midnight. I tried 5 o'clock after dinner. I tried after bedtime. And I was only the most successful in the morning. I feel like I was most successful in the morning because it sets you up to start your day strong. So you feel empowered. You feel like you've accomplished something. You get your endorphins going because you're moving. And honestly, no one is up that early. And if they are up that early, they don't want to talk to you. So it's your time. It's your time to do what you want to do. So that's why I focus on the mornings. If you go back and read articles about successful people or entrepreneurs or leaders, almost every single one of them gets up early. So you have to think, why are they doing that? And the more and more I thought about it, and the more and more I was trying and failing at other schedules, I thought, you know what? I just have to try the morning consistently and see what happens. And so that's how I got to these tips. So the first thing that changed for me was my why. So this is my number one. So we're jumping into the 7 tips. My number one reason, or my number one how to rock your morning is, what is your why? And guess what? It better be a really good one because it is dark at 5 in the morning, if that's what time you're getting up. It is cold. There are a lot of other more exciting things to do, like sleep. So you better have a really good reason for getting up early. For me, it's the only time that I feel like I can spend time on myself and not take away from my family, or work or other priorities. It's so I feel less guilty. I don't know if anyone else has mom guilt. That's a big thing. So I also can do whatever I want because no one is up. So for me, it's just this block of time where I can focus on what I want to focus on. The number one thing that I did to make sure that I remember my why is to write it down. So I tell my team this a lot, and I tell my clients this a lot, and we do this every month, but we write it down. We make a picture. I actually have my picture hanging up on my desk right now. It has some quotes that I like. It has fitness quotes and dream house quotes and all these things about that. If I get up and I'm productive in the morning, this is what I'm working towards. So my number one reason or activity to rock your morning is, what is your why? Write it down, make a picture of it, and hang it up where you can see it. I put it in my closet. I have it on my bulletin board. It is everywhere. So when I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I see, and I'm not going back to bed. So think about your why and why you're really trying to accomplish what you are working towards. My second tip is to have a plan. So it's really not necessary to think at 5 in the morning. You just need to have a plan on what you're doing. So what are you doing and how are you doing it? No thinking aloud. So don't laugh at that, but honestly, no thinking aloud. So I'll use workouts for an example because that is one major thing that I do in the morning. My workouts are planned by the month. So I know for the month exactly what I'm doing. When I wake up every day, I know how I'm doing it and what I need to do. There is no thinking. I get up, my clothes are laid out, I start. That's it. I also have a list of the other activities that I want to get done in the morning. So if working out isn't your thing, maybe it's writing 5 minutes in a journal. Maybe it's packing lunches for your kids. Maybe it's making dinner for your family. Maybe it's, I don't know, you could watch Real Housewives early in the morning if you would like. Whatever that is that you're working to accomplish, have a plan. Do not set your alarm for 5 in the morning and not know what you are working towards. So that's number 2. Number 3, and sort of 2B, so 2A is have a plan, 2B is be prepared. So they sort of go together. You want to create a space where you're going to do whatever you're doing. So if you're writing in your journal, you should have like a cozy spot for you to sit with. Maybe it's like in front of the fire with a blanket and your tea. And it's like this amazing Zen space for like 10 minutes of your day. If you are going to work out, clear a space in your family room. It doesn't have to be this like amazing workout space. Just know that your weights are there, your DVDs are ready, or whatever you're doing is ready. If you go somewhere to work out, maybe you are laying your clothes out, or you have your shoes out. There should be no thinking. So you have a plan, you're prepared, and you have your why. So that's 1, 2A, and 2B. Number 3 is get moving. So this is pretty easy for me because the number one thing that I do in the morning, or the first thing I do every morning, is work out. If working out isn't your thing, then I would recommend that you do something to get yourself moving in the first, 5 to 10 minutes. So maybe it's meditating or doing some sit-ups or doing 10 minutes of yoga. It doesn't have to be an intense workout, but it needs to be something to get your blood flowing. So you have your why, you have a plan, you're prepared, and you're moving. So you are awake at this point. You're maybe 10 minutes into your morning and you are awake and you are going. The next thing you need to do is make it fun. So you need to give yourself something to look forward to. This could consist of a lot of different categories. For me, there's a couple things that help me. Number 1 is music. So, or music or TV. So I tend to listen to music when I work out, or I watch The Real Housewives or some ridiculous reality show that I just get excited about to have time to watch. I also like cute gym clothes, so I will find cute shirts that get me excited to get up in the morning to put on. It sounds ridiculous, but they're little tiny things that help you become more prepared. So music, outfits, get moving, but just give yourself something to look forward to. It could be like an amazing breakfast bowl or smoothie or granola recipe, or just something that motivates you. Maybe it's a new journal. Maybe it's a new book that you're starting to read. Whatever that is, make your morning fun. If it's just for a couple minutes, just something that gets you going. My number 5 tip is to start slowly. So if you typically get up at, let's say, 7 a.m. right now, getting up at 5 is going to be a little shock to the system. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying I would recommend starting slowly. So when I first started incorporating 30 minutes of exercise into my routine, I actually started at night, then worked my way up to nap time because I was still home with the girls, and then worked my way up to mornings. Now, I initially started getting up at the same time I would normally get up to go to work, but I was just getting to work later. And then I sort of backed it up slowly. My recommendation would be is to start with 5 minutes earlier, then 10 minutes early, and work your way back. And I know a lot of articles and magazines and things like that say this, but it truly, truly, truly does work. You just have to be consistent. And the hope is, if you have your why, you have a plan, you're prepared, you're moving in the morning, you have something fun, so like an amazing breakfast and music and outfits, and you start slowly, that you're going to set yourself up for success. My number 6 tip is sort of goes along with fun, but really, I mean, you sort of truly have to have fun to make this work, is to bribe yourself. So a lot of times on the weekends, I don't want to get up early, but for me, the weekends are like this gold mine of time because everyone sleeps in on the weekends because everyone's tired. And if I get up early and work on my to-do list, it's like this bonus time that no one else is around. So I have to bribe myself to get up early. That's my number 6 tip. Bribe yourself. Promise yourself that you can take a nap later. So if you get everything done that you want to get done in the morning, take a nap in the afternoon. Or make a new breakfast that you're excited about. Right now, my favorite breakfast that is motivating me is actually really simple. It's yogurt mixed with peanut butter and chocolate chips. But that handful of chocolate chips is what motivates me to get up every morning, because if I don't get up and work out, I don't get a handful of chocolate chips. It sounds silly, but it's just little tiny things that you can do to keep yourself going. So number 6 is bribe yourself. Number 7, and this is my last one, and probably the most important, is if it doesn't work, you should try again. So, like I said, setting your alarm an hour or 2 earlier is going to be hard. If it doesn't work, try half hour, try 10 minutes. If your 90-minute workout program is really not a great fit, try something easier. Try 5 minutes, try 10 minutes. An example that I've used is meditating in the morning. I hate it. I can't do it. So I decided, you know what? If meditating doesn't work for me, I'm just going to write in a journal. Guess what? I really wasn't great at writing in a journal either. So what I started doing was writing 3 things that I'm thankful for every morning. It's not meditating. It's not journaling. It's just keeping track of things. And for me, that is what has worked so far. It's not what I set out to do, but it's progress. And if I keep trying that, I'm going to keep going. So number 7 is, if it doesn't work, try it again. So those are my 7 tips. I know it's not earth-shattering, but when you put them all together, it really does make a big difference. And you just have to keep trying. My last sort of bonus tip is to talk through, well, how do you do it and how do you keep yourself accountable? So there are 3 things that I think of when I think about this. My first one is you really can't do it all. But I know that by getting up early and by working towards my goals and setting time for myself, it makes me a better person. And I know that I'm taking care of myself so I can better take care of others. So it sort of addresses that whole mom guilt scenario. My second tip for sticking to my 7 tips, is accountability is everything. So it's super helpful for me, and this was sort of the game changer, to have a group of women behind me supporting me. And I didn't really know what that looked like until I joined one of my challenge groups, which is associated with my workouts. But the thing is it's not really about the workouts. It's about people sharing what they're doing and how that's working for them. So it's, hey, I set my phone across the room and I set a different alarm so that I remember to get up in the morning and I'm not distracted. Or if I see 10 people checking in by 6 a.m., I sort of feel guilty that I didn't get up. So you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to get up. And when I do get up and I check in, I'm going to feel awesome because I accomplished something for myself. So that piece of the groups really took a turn for me in terms of keeping me accountable and saying, you know what, I can change and I can keep trying. And I'm seeing other women that are doing the same thing. And the last thing that sort of keeps me on track with getting up early is motivation and keeping myself motivated. And I talk about this a lot on my page because I am not a reader. I just talked about how I'm not a journaler, but I have really learned to focus 10 minutes a day on reading something that is motivating. So a book that is motivating, a podcast that is motivating, quotes that are motivating, whatever that is, it's something that's going to say, okay, I can keep going. Like, hey, Holly, it's 8:30 at night. You've been up since 4:45 this morning and you're still doing this podcast or whatever we call it, live video. I'm tired. I've had a long day, but this is motivating for me. This is what keeps me going and this is what I love. So that is how I keep myself going. So 7 tips. Let me recap in case you guys joined in late. Number 1, what is your why? Number 2, have a plan and be prepared. Number 3, get moving quickly within like the first 5 minutes. Number 4, make it fun. Number 5, start slowly. Number 6, bribe yourself. That one sort of makes me laugh. And number 7, if it doesn't work, try again. And finally, to keep yourself going and to keep trying again, remember that it makes you a better person. Remember that accountability is everything, and that's why, for me personally, these groups that I run are sort of everything, excluding the workout piece. And number 3, find some motivation. So a book, a quote, a podcast, whatever it is, maybe my page, you can see me along the way to keep you going. And in the end, it's really the why, the plan, and the actions together that make it work. So those are my tips for rocking your morning. I do these in my groups. We talk about them. We share quotes. We share motivation. We share all kinds of tips that will hopefully not make you a morning person, but find the perfect time for you, to find time for yourself, and to find time to help yourself. So I hope you guys liked my tips. I'm continuously learning, but these have really helped me along the way. So if you have questions, just post them below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.